Now on CoastTV News.
A slight chance of rain today with the cold front. If nothing measurable, we're now in the #1 spot for driest periods, now 35 days. Otherwise, the dry streak continues with a weekend cool down. Details coming up.
The drought continues. How the lack of rain has impacted businesses on Delmarva.
Campaign on the coast. We will hear from the Republican and Democratic candidates for Delaware State House District 14 and their view on development.
New state police leader in Delaware, the change at the top. That's happening today.
This is CoastTV News Today.
It is November 1st, 2024. Good morning, everybody. I'm Matt Pensick.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Paige Marley. Thanks for being up with us during our 5 o'clock hour.
First day of new month, Paige, and as we just heard Bob say, a record-setting day today. Not the type of record, though, I think we want to be associated with.
Yeah, I thought it would be like record-setting of best days ever. But it's not. It's just more dry, more drought conditions. So we're going to bring in Bob right now. Bob, this was fun at first, and it's not fun anymore.
Yeah, no, it's hard to believe I'm saying we're getting sick of the blue skies and sunshine, guys, and good morning to you. But that's the case. We need some rain, and there's a slight chance for a little bit of rain today. I'll explain in just a second. But it's mild ahead of a cold front. 67 in Salisbury to Georgetown, 68 in Delmar, 69 at Bethany Beach and Rehoboth right now. And we've got southwesterly winds that are pretty gusty, around 5 to 15 miles per hour. They're a warm wind, though, and it's gusting over 20 miles per hour at times as we're seeing clouds increasing this morning, so we'll call it a mix of stars and clouds. And then to the west, there is a cold front, and it's got some moisture with it from West Virginia to Pennsylvania. But you can see it's kind of a broken line of rain, and it'll probably dry up before it gets here, but maybe a few showers later this morning. So out the door, breezy and mild temperatures in the 60s. We've got the clouds increasing, and temperatures warming up pretty quickly this morning ahead of the front through the 70s. Maybe that slight chance of rain later morning into the afternoon. Otherwise, it's breezy with falling temperatures as we go into the evening hours. We're looking at the temperatures into the upper 70s later today with the southwesterly winds. And for the most part, I think the drought conditions will continue until further notice. Much more on that and a weekend cool down coming up a little bit later in the newscast.
All right, thank you, Bob. And as Bob just mentioned there today, we are breaking the drought record on Delmarva. Over the course of the past month, we have highlighted the effects of this incredible stretch of dry weather. Today marks 35 days that we have not seen measurable rain, and there are a ton of dry leaves on the ground outside, which can be a fire hazard due to the dry conditions. And much of Sussex County's agricultural business has been affected during this time. But later on, we will hear from someone who grows flowers. They will explain how we'll likely see the effects from this drought next year.
Farmers across Delmarva, they're, of course, feeling those impacts of that drought and the lack of rain. Nelson Warren is a farmer at Rustic Acres, saying that this is one of the worst droughts he's ever seen.
New this morning, we wanted to know if there are any effects to our health dealing with the drought. So here is what we found. According to the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, the dry soil can increase the amount of dust and pollen in the air. Also, not enough water flow can lead to stagnant waterways, and this can cause those areas to become breeding grounds for mosquitoes and bacteria. The agency says the longer this drought lasts, the higher the risk to water quality.
Happening now, we are in a situation of concern, of course, over potential brush fires. So it is day 35 without the measurable rain. It's been 16 days since the Delaware State Fire Marshal issued that burn ban. Those colorful leaves on the ground that we normally like to see in the dry crops, well, they can actually easily become a brush fire with just one wrong move. Until there's rain, the Delaware State Fire Marshal says there are no plans to lift that burn ban.
This week, there have been updates to the Delaware burn ban. It expanded to the sale and use of fireworks. Bonfires and outdoor fires are already prohibited. Grilling, though, for cooking, still allowed.
We are now seeing some additional action by Delaware officials. Governor John Carney issued a statewide drought watch asking people to be very mindful of their water use. In Rehoboth Beach specifically, the city there saying it's turned off all irrigation. According to the Water Department Supervisor Robert Downs, the city's aiming just to be rather safe than sorry. They don't want to reach the point of running out of water, so they're taking these steps ahead of time.
New this morning, we will see a new representative from Delaware State House District 14 when the General Assembly convenes in January. The question is, will it be a new party holding that seat, or does it stay in Democratic hands? Neither candidate has held public office before. Claire Snyder Hall won a contentious primary in September. President of the Rehoboth Beach Volunteer Fire Company, Republican Mike Simpler, was unopposed. Both have their concerns about the population growth along the coast.
It's a diversity change to the area. It's where people are coming in here from out of state, from Maryland, Delaware, Pennsylvania, New Jersey, wherever. They're coming here and they're bringing all the things that they think they should have here and we don't have here.
While land use is largely a county council issue, there are things the General Assembly can do. For example, we could pass an adequate public facilities ordinance that would require infrastructure to be in place before building starts.
And Democrats have a voter registration edge over 6,000, making this a challenging seat to flip for Republicans. The last time a Republican actually won District 14, you have to go back to 1980 for that.
A lot of homeowners are showing their support for both candidates, but depending on where you live, you may not be allowed to do just that. So we're going to tell you why. One man in Ocean View told CoastTV that he was told to bring his sign in by his HOA, citing a rule that the man says he's actually never seen enforced there in the past 3 years. One local who lives in the area says while HOAs can be a good thing, they can sometimes overstep.
I think if people are respectful of each other and express different opinions, then the HOA should say, that's not really for us to get in, that's your personal value.
Homeowners have now moved their signs inside, but you can see right there, they are still on display. This does bring us to our CoastTV poll. We're asking you, should HOA residents be allowed to display political signs during elections?
All right, it's either yes or no, and it's pretty darn close there at Page. 53% currently voting yes, 47% no.
Interesting. Yeah. That's a close one.
It is. If you haven't voted yet, you can still do so at coasttvnews.com or our mobile app. Be sure to tune in to Coast TV News on election night for coverage of all the key elections on Delmarva. Cheese, brats, and the 2024 presidential campaign. Both former President Trump and Vice President Harris, they have scheduled appearances in Wisconsin today. See what I did?
I was wondering where you were going with that. Yeah, as NBC's Alice Barr shows us, recent missteps by both continue to be the forefront heading into the campaign's final weekend.
The presidential nominees honing their closing messages in key Southwest swing states and going on the attack.
Do you want to lose your job or maybe your house or pension because Kamala has the economic understanding of a child? She's a child.
Both nominees in Nevada.
The next president of the United States, Kamala Harris.
Vice President Harris appearing with Jennifer Lopez, zeroing in on these comments about women from former President Trump.
Well, I'm going to do it whether the women like it or not. I'm going to protect them.
The man simply does not respect the freedom of women or the intelligence of women to be able to make decisions about their own lives.
Adding fuel to the election's sharp gender gap.
I think that it's ironic that he wants to support women on his terms and not ours.
Mr. Trump's women supporters pushing back.
He's just saying, he's looking out for women's best interests. He's not going to force somebody into anything.
The former president adding a stop in New Mexico Thursday, appealing to Latino voters where he's gained ground.
I do eventually want to own my own house, and the rate it's at right now, I just don't see it happening within the next 4 years if Kamala doesn't end up being president.
Others angered by that comedian's Trump rally offensive Puerto Rico comments.
I'm show support for Kamala until yesterday. I was a Republican.
In the final stretch, experts urging faith in the system.
You can watch the counting happen on video. You can meet your election administrator.
As the nation prepares for Election Day. In Washington, Alice Barr, NBC News.
Happening today, new leadership for the Delaware State Police. William Crotty will become the new chief. Crotty becomes the 27th state police colonel since 2020. He's managed criminal investigations and patrol operations for both Sussex and Kent counties. He replaces Melissa Zelby. Delaware State Police requires sworn members to retire at age 55, and she is approaching that cutoff.
Got developing news in Sussex County. BB Healthcare has acquired Cape Pharmacy. Cape Pharmacy located in the Villages of 5 Points. BB will take over operations starting today, saying it will strategically enhance pharmacy services in Sussex County.
All right, we're just getting started this morning on Coast TV News Today.
Coming up, more progress for the new Rehoboth Beach Patrol Station as the city deals with budget issues on how to pay for it.
Also ahead, helping out local surfers, how a foundation is looking to give surfing equipment to those in need.
And Rehoboth roadwork update, the breakdown on the Rehoboth Avenue project that will affect traffic and businesses. It all starts next week. All that and more as Coast TV News Today continues.
Wow, it's so much bigger than you realize. East Coast Tile and Flooring has the largest selection of tile from around the world. And they are the only Dow Tile Premier Showroom on the shore. They have the knowledge and expertise to assist architects, designers, and homeowners, and are fully licensed to take on any job from start to finish. Family owned and operated since 1947. Call East Coast Tile and Flooring today for a design consultation.
PG County's full of corrupt politicians. Then there's Angela Also Brooks, a tax cheat for over a decade, skipped out on paying her bills. Now an investigative report shows Also Brooks operated in a legal rental property for 10 years. Did Also Brooks pay any taxes on her off-the-books slumlord scheme? What do you think? Prove it, Angela. Maryland deserves better. Maryland's Future is responsible for the content of this advertising.
Hi, I'm Scott Cower from Solo Concepts. Today we're at Matt's Fish Camp in Lewis, Delaware. Come check us out. Matt's is a little seafood shack on Coastal Highway serving lunch and dinner daily, featuring seafood classics, coastal comfort food, and chef-inspired nightly specials, along with a large selection of craft ales, cocktails, and our extensive wine list. Matt's is a perfect place to enjoy dinner with your family, happy hour with friends, or lunch in the lobster room. Matt's Fish Camp in Lewis, Delaware, open 7 days a week, lunch and dinner. See you soon.
As the season changes, temperatures drop and the leaves begin to fall, but the savings at Spicer Brothers are still hot. Now is the perfect time to tackle your home improvement projects with unbeatable savings. Right now, save 30% on a complete roofing system, plus get 50% off gutter helmet installation. At Spicer Brothers, excellence is our standard. We use only top quality materials and expert craftsmanship, ensuring each project is built to last a lifetime.
Call today and schedule your free in-home consultation because you deserve the best.
Just about 5:12 on a breezy and mild Friday morning. Bay Health Cam, Milford, good visibility, some clouds out there. But look at these temperatures into the mid to upper 60s. Just a light jacket necessary. We're seeing breezy southwest winds right now, gusting over 20 miles per hour. Clouds are increasing. We do have a cold front back to the west. A broken line of showers across the mountains right now. A lot of this will dry up. Hopefully a little bit of rain as we go into the afternoon, but not a lot. Bus stop forecast for the kids, 68, mild and breezy. I'll say no umbrella. By saying that, maybe it'll rain a little bit. And then heading home, mainly cloudy, breezy, and mild temperatures around 76 degrees.
Thank you, Bob. This morning, Delaware State Police will continue investigating an assault. Police say it happened on Sand Hill Road in Georgetown. It happened Wednesday night around 10:30 p.m. A female victim was pulling into her driveway. She noticed a car parked on the side of the road, and when she approached that car, she was attacked by a man that she didn't know. She was able to fight off her attacker with a flashlight taser. She ran off. She suffered minor injuries. Delaware State Police are asking for help if you know anything about what happened that night.
Have an update on a story that we've been covering for a while. We now know that the big Rehoboth Avenue paving project in Rehoboth Beach, it will begin Tuesday night. It starts with milling, and that will take place at 8 p.m. It's after the polls close on election night. And then the city says work will go from 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. Sunday through Friday. The first section will be between 2nd Street and the boardwalk.
Starbucks employees are breaking out those Sharpies again. The coffee giant is bringing back those handwritten names on cups to try to win back some customers. Self-serve stations with sugar and cream are also coming back. That's a good one. New Starbucks CEO Brian Nichols says it's all a part of his strategy to recreate a coffee house vibe and add that human touch.
60,000 tumblers are being recalled because of a safety hazard with metal straws. The Consumer Product Safety Commission says the recall affects 24-ounce tumblers sold in August at Wawa convenience stores in 8 states and the District of Columbia. The CPSC says it received 4 reports of laceration injuries to mouths and hands.
Still ahead this morning, one program aiming to help surfers gain access to essential equipment during the winter months. We'll tell you how the Surfrider Foundation says an exchange program might be the answer.
It is a breezy and mild start on our Friday. Here's the Irish Eyes Cam looking good on the canal in Lewis, and we have a slight chance of rain today with the cold front, but it appears the record dry streak continues with the cool down into the weekend. The latest on the drought and your full forecast coming up in 2 minutes. Stay tuned.
Listen to Coast Country 103.9 and 106.3. We're Delmarva proud.
DSN Plus is more action. 4 additional live stream games every weeknight and full replays on demand. DSN Plus is more local. 5 live games every weeknight, showcasing high school showdowns and regional rivalries across Delmarva. DSN Plus is more access. Watch on your mobile devices, and remember, DSN is still free over the air and on cable. But get more with DSN Plus, just $6.99 a month. Download the Delmarva Sports Network app from your app store today.
I needed to do some safe floor. I slipped in my old floor and I broke my kneecap. I called Pinnacle, they came. The team was very professional. And then when I came home 2 o'clock, my garage was done. That's the best part. I loved it. Pinnacle did a really great job. They did this beautiful floor and safe to walk. Call Pinnacle, you will not be disappointed. You'll be happy like I am.
Chesapeake Healthcare welcomes new adult medicine doctors to their team. Dr. Mitchell Gittleman and his associates are accepting new patients at their office at Winter Place Parkway in Salisbury. Chesapeake Healthcare also expanded their adult medicine team to accept new patients in Pocomoke and their office in Berlin. Together, Chesapeake Healthcare offers an expansive team of adult medicine doctors and practitioners across the Lower Shore in Salisbury, Princess Anne, Berlin, and Pocomoke. Call the office near you today to schedule your appointment.
Thank you for calling Bennett Termite and Pest Solutions. This is Pam. How can I help you?
That's right. When you call Bennett Termite, you get a real person. No endless menus, just real local people ready to help. Our team is ready to make your home pest-free with safe and effective treatments. When you call, we'll answer. No automated systems, just quick, reliable service from people who care.
No problem at all. We have you on the schedule and we're happy to help.
Coast Country Cares, sponsored by Spicer Brothers, is looking for you to help stock the shelves at the Joseph House just in time for the holidays. The annual Joseph House Food Drive is Saturday, November 23rd from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. in the parking lot of the Wicomico Civic Center. Please help by dropping off non-perishable food items for those in need. All food donations are accepted no matter your neighborhood. Coast Country Cares, sponsored by Spicer Brothers.
Download the free CoastTV First Alert weather app today.
Time is 5:17, and you are looking live at Milford, home of the Buccaneers football team. They are home tonight, and Bob, if you're going to the game there, it will be yet another dry night.
Yeah, I guess that's the flip side to the drought conditions, Matt, is that the weather cooperating for all outdoor activities. Of course, be careful out there, no burning, but the weather for the forecast for the Friday night lights is looking great. More on that coming up. But not shocking here, the drought monitor that comes out every Thursday now has expanded the severe drought all across Sussex County. Just a little corner, northwest corner of the county, not in that. It's in the moderate drought there and Ocean Pines. So not surprising that we continue in severe drought conditions, and it's getting worse. Now we're up to 35 days consecutive without any rain. The old record fell yesterday, 34 days back in 2001. So we're in sole possession of first place, so to speak. Kind of a dubious honor. Top 5 driest periods is now, and this will be running up. The days will be running up because we're not looking at any appreciable rain in the near future. We're looking at temperatures in the upper 60s out the door, around 67 to 69. It is 66 in Seaford and Ocean Pines at 66. Gusty winds out of the southwest too, at times gusting over 20 miles per hour, so that will make fire conditions worse as we go through the day. We're seeing some clouds this morning. We'll call it partly cloudy skies, and this is at least good to see that there is some radar returns in the form of showers into western Maryland. A broken line of showers through the mountains as a cold front is headed our way, but I'm afraid the mountains will probably grab a lot of this moisture, and we'll just have the leftover sprinkles maybe as we go into the morning and afternoon as this front moves through. And behind that front, much cooler air will be building in for the upcoming weekend. So this morning we've got the clouds, breezy, mild conditions, and then maybe that spotty shower late morning into early afternoon, probably nothing measurable, and then we'll see a wind shift to the northwest. Clouds clear out in the afternoon. I think we'll see highs in the upper 70s and then cooling through the 70s, and for Friday night, lights cooling through the 60s and some clouds and breezy conditions. And then into Saturday, it's pretty chilly into the morning hours with temperatures in the 40s and a much cooler day tomorrow, mostly sunny and highs only in the low 60s, some 50s at the beaches. And then we're clear again into tomorrow evening. And then by Sunday morning, we're starting out in the 40s, and then another chilly day on your Sunday, highs only in the low to maybe mid 60s. Here are those winds gusting maybe up to 30 miles per hour at times today, and they're still pretty breezy. As we go through tonight, they'll diminish a little bit through the overnight, but then they'll pick up out of the north. It'll be a chilly wind into the weekend with those temperatures pretty much right around average. Do want to fast forward to Election Day because it will be warm and dry as we head to the polls there, but it looks like our next chance of rain, not a big chance, but at least a slight chance later Thursday into Friday, maybe a better chance of measurable rain at that time. Paul Davis 7-day forecast, 78 today, and then a cooler weekend, 65 Saturday, only 41 Sunday morning, and that's when your clock should be back 1 hour as daylight saving time ends. Check the batteries and the smoke detector, carbon monoxide detector, always a good time to do that now and in the spring. Warming up into next week for Election Day, 77, 79 Wednesday, then that rain chance on Thursday, not a big one, around 71. Umbrella winner today is Jackie Reese from Dagsboro. Congratulations, Jackie, on your brand new umbrella from Paul Davis and Coast TV.
If you're serious about surfing on our coast, then you know wetsuits, boards, and other surfing equipment is pricey, which is why the Surfrider Foundation created the Wetsuit Exchange Program. This is designed to make sure that those who want to surf, no matter the age, can get gear regardless of their financial situation. We spoke with the vice chair of the Delaware chapter of the Surfrider Foundation, who says this initiative was inspired by a personal experience.
When I first moved to Delaware, I wasn't sure if I was actually going to winter surf, and then one of the elders that I surf with gave me a bunch of his old wetsuits. And so since then, I've been wanting to pay that forward by creating a type of wetsuit exchange program that, gives wetsuits to people who might not have access to them.
And the wetsuit exchange will take place on Saturday at Rise Up Coffee Roasters in Rehoboth Beach. That'll be from 3 to 7 p.m. More to come on Coast TV News today. Progress for the new patrol station. We look at the situation in Rehoboth Beach and the status of how it is being paid for.
If you're looking to get crafty or find the perfect gift for someone you love this weekend, stay tuned for your cool things to do.
Calling all comic collectors, anime lovers, gamers, and pop culture fans, make your way to Ocean City Comic Con December 14th and 15th at the Roland E. Powell Convention Center, featuring over 200 vendors, artists, and special guests. Plus, take a pic with your favorite comic book hero, take part in a costume contest, and so much more. Saturday 10 to 5 and Sunday 11 to 4. Tickets start at $10 with discounts in costume or donating a non-perishable food item. For more info, go to oceancitycomiccon.com.
Listen to Big 107.7, Delmarva's classic rock station.
Let's have some fun.
Happy's Place is hilarious.
Shoot, I broke a nail.
Reva's got us 100% addicted.
You know why people call me X-Ray? Because they can only take small doses of you.
Happy's Place, tonight on NBC and Peacock.
Please welcome my parents,
Stephen Tobolowsky and Vicki Lawrence guest star.
It is a big honkin' deal.
How come they're not chipping in for the wedding?
We gotta turn up the nice.
Come on. What is this, some new sludge?
Lopez versus Lopez, tonight on NBC and Peacock.
As a math teacher, Matt Meyer knows that Delaware's tax system isn't adding up. So he has a plan to fix it. Give middle-class families a tax cut, invest in schools, and lower costs. But Mike Ramone's plan gives tax breaks to the ultra-rich, which could cut education by nearly $175 million. Matt Meyer knows these numbers don't add up. He'll make state taxes fair so families can get ahead. Vote Matt Meyer for governor.
Introducing the future of crawl space restoration. DryTech is joining the teams of Delaware Crawl Space and Guardian Crawl Space. 3 trusted companies in the industry are coming together to serve you better, serving a larger area across Delmarva. Independently, with over 40 years of experience in environmental, health, and construction, our team provides exceptional crawl space solutions.
Dave and I have been blessed to call this place home our entire lives. We love serving the people of this community. And we're here for your next crawl space project. Have you DryTech yet?
Sam Calagione here, inviting you to soak up the off-season at Dogfish Head.
Swing by Bruins and Eats in Rehoboth for $1 wings on Sundays and $12 burgers and pizzas on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Next door at Chesapeake and Maine, enjoy Monday Locals Night with 25% off and $15 lobsters every Sunday. And our Milton Brewery, join us for trivia on Mondays and bingo on Wednesdays. Come explore goodness at our Dogfish locations. Cheers.
If you have visited Rehoboth Beach, especially recently, you probably saw the construction at the end of Baltimore Ave. On your screen now, though, is the progress so far of the building of the Beach Patrol Station. It's a far cry from what the building will look like when construction is finished. The city says the project is on schedule to be done in May.
It certainly promotes safety here at the beach with all the riptides that the beach experiences. It'll probably, over time, save lives. It's just going to be a great enhancement to what already is a fantastic city to visit.
And in July, the city did say that they were $550,000 over the budget on this project. During the November 4th meeting, the city's commissioners meeting, the numbers will be released about this project.
And we are joined again by First Alert meteorologist Bob Trahey. Bob, at this point, I think we must be the opposite of Seattle, or the cliche that it rains there every day.
Yeah, or it rains there a lot in Seattle, but I wish we had just a little bit of rain, and that's possible later today, but mainly dry. Lots of clouds, breezy at the coast, and UV index is low for the first time in a while. We're going to be in the mid-70s for Ocean City and Fenwick Island, and those waves around 3 to 5 feet, so boaters, small craft advisory until early this afternoon. Lots of clouds in Lewis. Maybe a sprinkle later on. Temperatures into the mid to maybe upper 70s. Similar conditions in Rehoboth Beach. And then on the bay side today, 1 to 2 foot waves on the bay. And we're warming into the mid 70s for Cambridge. Maybe a shower with that front, and a little cooler into Crisfield and maybe a shower. But the drought conditions persist with a cooler and drier weekend. Much more coming up in the next half hour.
All right, Bob, thank you. Now, while you're getting ready for daylight savings and obviously checking those smoke detectors like Bob mentioned this weekend, why not mix in a little fun, too?
Yeah, and here's Christina DiRobertis with your cool things to do.
Well, the clocks turn back Sunday morning, which means you get an extra hour of weekend. So some more time for some of these cool things. On Saturday, you can hit Cape Henlopen High School for the 55 Plus Expo. Delaware Resorts will host the 8th annual Expo from 9 to 4. You can get free health screenings from BB Health and make a difference and donate some blood while you're there. And now that it's officially November, it's time to start worrying about holiday shopping, but don't stress. You can get a head start this weekend at Tanger Outlets Seaside. From 11 to 4, you can find one-of-a-kind gifts for the people you love, with more than 50 local artists, boutiques, and small businesses. Over in Millsboro, there's a craft fair happening Saturday. It's at the Peninsula Lakes Clubhouse, and more than 25 vendors and food trucks will be there. And the Delaware Renaissance Fair continues on Saturday and Sunday. It's Fantasy Weekend. There's music, magic, and costume contests for all ages. Last, you can learn how to make one of these beautiful sea glass Christmas trees that you see on your screen. The Delaware Inland Bays Garden Center is having a workshop in Frankfort on Saturday and will provide supplies. For event details and tickets, just head to CoastTV.com and click on Cool Things to Do.
Here at North Bay Marina, we know that boaters have the most fun.
Local businesses are the lifeline of every community. And behind every local business is a person with a dream, putting their heart and soul into something they believe in. And when you support a local business, you're contributing to the local economy and making our community thrive. Spicer Brothers has been helping Delmarva families with their home improvement projects for over 20 years. So trust Spicer Brothers with your home, where every dollar stays right here on Delmarva, supporting real local people and their families.
With more than 25 years of surgical expertise, Dr. Julie Berry is now accepting new patients at Tidal Health Ear, Nose, and Throat Surgery. Dr. Berry offers specialized care for a wide range of general ear, nose, and throat disorders. Whether you're dealing with chronic sinus issues or require advanced surgical intervention, Dr. Berry is here to provide expert care tailored to your specific needs. Discover the difference that expert care can make. Schedule your appointment today.
The Paw Patrol is on a roll to a city near you with a brand new show. You and your kids will see your favorite pups live on stage in Paw Patrol Live, Heroes Unite. Join Ryder and the pups in this interactive adventure across the globe. With audience participation and more characters than ever before, this is one adventure you won't want your family to miss. For tickets, visit PawPatrolLive.com.
Playing White Comico Civic Center November 16th and 17th. Tickets are on sale now at PawPatrolLive.com.
Imagine a home that truly reflects your unique style and sophistication. Welcome to Bay to Beach Builders. Step into the brand new Idea Home and Design Studio in Greenwood, where your dream home takes shape. Select every style, every color, and every detail. Our design specialists will guide you through every step. Experience the unmatched quality of Amish craftsmanship, blended seamlessly with modern design. And the best part, our homes are surprisingly affordable, starting at under $200,000. Bay to Beach Builders. Imagine your home. Create your space. Live your life.
Now on CoastTV News.
A slight chance of rain today with the cold front. If nothing measurable, we're now in the #1 spot for driest periods, now 35 days. Otherwise, the dry streak continues with a weekend cool down. Details coming up.
Delmarva continues to stay dry. We have how a local flower grower says the drought effects will be seen next year.
Campaign countdown. We're looking at local and national races in the lead up to Election Day.
Having fun on Halloween, the trick-or-treats taking place Thursday night.
This is CoastTV News Today.
November 1st, 2024. Good morning, everybody. I'm Matt Pensick. Good morning, Paige.
Good morning. Thank you all for joining us. I'm Paige Marley.
Yeah, we're approaching 5:31 on this Friday morning, and those trick-or-treaters, they had a warm and dry night to get some of their goods.
A good night. I would be out double going houses, round and around until
three
times
loops?
maybe, however much my parents let me.
3 times the amount of candy?
I think that's fair with how great the weather was, because normally it's cold on Halloween.
Yeah.
So maybe you did that. Good for you. But yeah, this drought, we're trying to find the positives, Bob, but really it's getting a little bit, we need some rain.
We definitely do need some rain. And on the topic of Halloween, Paige, we had about 25 kids come to our house last night. And it was great to open the door. It was so warm and balmy, and everybody was having a great time and didn't have to bundle up. So great Halloween festivities. But yeah, on the flip side, it remains dry. More on the drought conditions coming up as we're having temperatures in the upper 60s this morning. Very mild out the door as we're ahead of a cold front. We have clouds. We have a southwest breeze at times gusting over 20 miles per hour. It's going to blow a lot of those leaves around as we have some clouds moving in. We do have some showers. At least it's good to see a little bit of green on the satellite radar across Maryland and into the mountains. A broken line of showers along a cold front, but they're going to dry out, I think, as they come over the mountains. But still, a few could survive later today. But it's breezy, mild this morning with clouds increasing. That shower chance late morning, early afternoon as we top out into the mid to upper 70s, then cooling through the 70s as we go into the evening hours. Drive cast in good shape, breezy and mild for the morning commute. Gave it the green light there and the green light later today as well with breezy and mild conditions.
Thank you, Bob. And if you're just joining us, we've been talking about it all morning. We have officially now broken the drought record. Delmarva has not experienced measurable rain in 35 days. And over the course of the past month, we have highlighted different parts of the area that have been affected. Today marks 35 days, as we said, without that rain. In Milton, you can see tons of dry leaves. I'm sure this is the situation in a number of towns and communities. And this could be a fire hazard due to those dry conditions. Now, most of the agriculture businesses that have been affected during this time. But one person in the gardening business says this drought will affect flowers for next year.
And in addition to this year's flower crop, we are already planting out our hardy annuals, which are flowers that will actually plant now and grow over the winter. So right now they're getting established. So without proper irrigation, like drip tape, they might not establish as well, meaning that even next spring's crop could be impacted by the drought that we're having.
And many communities have been encouraging people to conserve water during this time.
And new this morning, farmers not the only ones feeling the impacts of that drought. Weather conditions can also impact your health. According to the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, the dry soil can increase the amount of dust and pollen in the air. Also, not enough water flow that leads to stagnant waterways, causing those areas to become idle breeding grounds for mosquitoes and bacteria. The agency says the longer the drought lasts, the higher risk to the water quality.
Continue to be in a situation of concern over potential brush fires due to all this. It has been 16 days since the Delaware State Fire Marshal issued a burn ban. Colorful leaves on the ground in Dry crops can easily become a brush fire with just one wrong move. And until there's rain, the Delaware State Fire Marshal says there are no plans to lift the burn ban.
Yeah, let's continue talking about the burn ban there. So in addition to the Delaware burn ban this week, that ban expanded to the sale and the use of fireworks. Bonfires and outdoor fires, those have already been prohibited.
Along with the statewide ban on fireworks, the animal advocacy group PETA, they're pushing for the state to go a step further. They want to make the ban permanent. PETA cites the impact fireworks have on animals, veterans, and the environment. And Massachusetts already has adopted alternative types of celebrations, and PETA is suggesting Delaware do the same.
New this morning, we will see a new representative from Delaware State House District 14 when the new General Assembly convenes in January. The question is, will it be a new party holding that seat, or does it stay in Democratic hands? Neither candidate has held public office before. Claire Snyder Hall won a contentious primary in September. President of the Rehoboth Beach Volunteer Fire Company, Republican Mike Simpler, was unopposed. And Vice President Kamala Harris, former President Donald Trump continuing on their campaign trails Thursday. Time is ticking as Election Day. It's really only just days away now. The two candidates focused on top issues in their last push for support. Trump at Tucker Carlson's tour spoke to voters about the border, while Harris spoke to pro-Palestinian protesters during her event.
The worst thing that's happened to this country is allowing millions of people in here.
We're fighting for the right for people to be heard and not jailed because they speak their mind.
The two of them will continue in swing states today.
Happening today, Delaware State Police will have a new leader. William Crotty will become the chief. Now, Crotty becomes the 27th State Police Colonel. Since 2020, he has managed criminal investigations and patrol operations for both Sussex and Kent counties. He replaces Colonel Melissa Zebley. Delaware State Police requires sworn-in members to retire at age 55, and she is approaching that cutoff.
BB Healthcare has acquired Cape Pharmacy. Cape Pharmacy is located in the village of 5 Points. BB will take over operations beginning today, saying it'll strategically enhance pharmacy services in Sussex.
This morning, children, maybe some adults too, dipping into those buckets of candy from last night. And last night we have the scene in downtown Lewis. The streets are packed there. Kids, parents, even dogs dressed to impress. Look at that guy. For families, it's all about being spooky and coming together with their children.
It feels so happy. It's just because then you get to trick or treat and you get to see friends.
And well, the Friday of this night comes around only once a year. It is a chance to knock on some doors, collect the little candies, and but they look like they're having a great time there. Make some memories that last a lifetime. Still got a lot more news to get to. Don't go anywhere.
Yeah, that's right. Still coming up this morning, the Chesapeake Bay. Chesapeake continues to progress. We're going to tell you how much officials say water quality improved since it was last tested.
Also, Seahawks soar, the big offensive display that kept Stephen Decatur undefeated in high school football. CoastTV News Today is back after this.
Fall into planning at Bellaterra Garden Center. Autumn is the perfect time of year for planting. Come check out our locally sourced collection of trees and shrubs of all shapes and sizes. Did you know that Bellaterra is open 7 days a week? Join our garden club for big savings and first access to all sale promotions. Stocked with the smallest succulents to the tallest of trees, Bellaterra Garden Center is here for all your gardening needs. Like us on Facebook and follow us on Instagram. Located right off Route 16 in Ellendale.
Lupo Italian Kitchen in downtown Rehoboth Beach has been serving award-winning Italian food since 2008. Located inside the Hotel Rehoboth, Lupo serves traditional and coastal Italian cuisine, pairing Mediterranean flavors with fresh seafood and local produce. Lupo has an extensive all-Italian wine list, monthly wine dinners, and a friendly and knowledgeable staff. Popular dishes include chicken parmesan, lobster bucatini, and veal meatballs. Lupo Italian Kitchen on Rehoboth Avenue, serving happy hour daily and open 7 days a week. See you soon.
Our crawl space was really damp, it was really dirty, and it smelled really bad. Working with the Bennett Termite team was easy. I'm very satisfied with their promptness to get here and get the project done. Our home has been super dry since it's been encapsulated. Our heating and our HVAC bills have improved. It's a huge return on your investment, and overall, it's just really something nice that you can do for your home. If I had to give somebody one piece of advice, I would say call Bennett Termite. You won't regret it.
Minor surges happen every day in your home, shortening the lifespan of electronics and appliances. Major surges can destroy them instantly. Smart homeowners protect against surges. Like a seatbelt, you're glad you have protection when the need arises. A surge protection system from Expert Wire safeguards everything from kitchen appliances, TVs, to your home's heating and air conditioning system. Expert Wire ensures professional installation for complete peace of mind. Leave the wiring to the experts and make it a powerful day.
.539 on a breezy, mild Friday morning. Tidal Health Cam from Salisbury, 67. You can see those southwesterly winds pretty gusty, so probably a lot of leaves blowing around this morning, so watch out for that. Otherwise, we're looking at temperatures pretty mild into the mid to upper 60s, and southwesterly breezes that are pretty strong ahead of a cold front. We've got clouds increasing. That's good, and actually seeing some radar returns across a higher terrain, across the mountains along a cold front. A lot of this will get wrung out over the mountains, and hopefully some of those showers will survive into our neck of the woods. Golf forecast, my streak of excellent putts are coming to an end. I put good because there's probably some leaves on the green today, quite mild and breezy, and 78, and maybe a few spits of rain as we go through the day. Remember, call the CoastTV First Alert weather phone, another way to get your forecast. It's sponsored by Baird, Mandalis, Brockstead, and Federico.
I'm still in shock that you missed that putt, Bob. All right now we're seeing a little bit of improvement when it comes to the Chesapeake Bay. That's according to a report from the Chesapeake Bay program. Almost 30% of the bay and its tidal tributaries met water quality standards. And while that is an improvement, it's still not good enough to meet the standard of a healthy bay ecosystem. Water clarity is still considered poor. There's not enough underwater grass acreage, and nitrogen and phosphorus pollution needs to be brought down further than it already has.
Football is back on Coast TV this weekend. Tune in for some Sunday night football. It's the Colts taking on the Vikings this weekend. Coverage starts at 7 on Coast TV. Join us for our hyper-local news right after the game.
Delmarva Sports Network from the Wawa Studios.
Good morning. Stephen Decatur football looking to stay undefeated while facing Parkside last night. Decatur's Johnny Hobgood drops back and slings it to Georgetown commit Tribe Wise for the game's first score. Seahawks up early on the Rams 7-0. After an interception, Hobgood back to the air, hits Virginia-bound David Chandler on the speed-off 28-yard catch and run to give the Seahawks a 2-score lead under 5 minutes in. Next, Parkside driving. Rams forced to punt, and it's Chandler again. This time, getting it done on the special teams. Chandler is off to the races, giving his team a 20-0 lead. The Seahawks put up a season-high 58 and win this one 58-14, improving to 9-0 on the season. To Delaware High School volleyball playoff action as Smyrna defeats Cesar Rodney in 5 sets. The Lady Eagles advance to the second round of the DIAA state tournament. They take on second-seeded Ursuline Academy on Saturday night. Over to the field hockey pitch in the Division I state tournament. Cape Henlopen defeated St. George's Tech 10-0 to advance to the state semifinals. They take on the 4th-seeded Charter School of Wilmington, who defeated Milford in overtime. That'll do it for sports. Have a great day.
And tonight on DSN, we get you started with Down and Distance, followed by Scoops and Scores at 6. Live Bayside Conference High School football when Easton visits Cambridge, South Dorchester at 10:30. This is a big one, Paige.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is huge. Nittany Game Week. We're previewing the Penn State-Ohio State game. Big one there, Paige, and then it is the final score after that. On the DSN Plus app, you do get that Cambridge, South Dorchester, Easton game. Here are your DSN Plus exclusives at 6. NCAA Women's College Volleyball when Maryland Eastern Shore hosts Norfolk State. 6 o'clock, Bayside Conference football. It's a city matchup between Y-High and Bennett. At 7, Delaware High School football. Cape home with Dover. Milford hosts Delmar.
And today in your entertainment news, more movie awards are being announced, and a streaming series that went viral is coming back. Here's David Daniel with the Hollywood Minute.
지금 이러면 안 됩니다. 지금 당장 여기서 나가야 됩니다. 당신 뭐야? 여기 관계자야?
Player 456 is back on a mission to expose the truth in the teaser trailer for Squid Game Season 2. It's a new life or death game in the follow-up to the 2021 series that won 6 Primetime Emmy Awards. Squid Game Season 2 begins December 26th on Netflix.
Your voice will not return.
I am in control.
I will sing when I am ready to sing.
The group behind the Gotham Awards has announced 2 of this year's special tributes. Angelina Jolie will receive the Performer Tribute for her turn as opera singer Maria Callas in Maria. And the cast of Sing Sing, based on a real-life prison theater program, is set to receive the Social Justice Tribute. Most of the cast members are graduates of the program. Both honors will be presented at the 34th Gotham Awards, December 2nd in New York. In Hollywood, I'm David Daniel.
It is a breezy and mild morning on Delmarva, 69 in Lewis right now, and we have a slight chance of rain today with the front, but it appears the record drought conditions will continue with a cool down into the weekend. The latest on the drought and Friday night lights forecast coming up in 2 minutes.
Listen to Big 107.7, Delmarva's classic rock station.
When choosing a granite countertop, choose one for real life and beauty. No matter what life throws at them, they'll look beautiful forever. Ancient Art Stone invites you to discover the affordability of granite and upgrade your home to the beautiful works of art from Ancient Art Stone. Centrally located in Milford, Delaware, serving all of Delmarva to make your dreams a reality. Visit us and allow our devoted professionals to craft, fabricate, and install a superior finished product that will transform your home into a work of art.
Welcome to our adventure in finding the coolest house with Pam Price. Behold the living room, base camp for family game nights, pillow fights, and to prove my mom and dad. Look at this kitchen. Mom's culinary superpowers would be unstoppable here. Feast your eyes on this beautiful pool, perfect for cannonballs and belly flops. Thanks to Pam, our home search saga ends here. My parents are over the moon. Pam is the best. She really is.
Shop, play, learn, explore at the OCRV and Van Lifestyle Show, the premier gathering for RV enthusiasts and outdoor lovers. From October 31st to November 3rd, the Ocean City Convention Center transforms into a hub of excitement and exploration. With RVs, custom vans, e-bike, golf cart, and boat test ride zones, seminars, water sports, power sports, and a wide selection of the latest gear, you'll find everything you need to enhance your next adventure. Enjoy BMX and skateboarding competitions, tiki boat cruises, and more. Buy tickets and explore with us at OCRVshow.com.
When you're close to the land and the sea, you can taste the goodness. The historic Lewis Farmers Market brings farms closer to tables. Meet the growers, talk to the people that milk the cows, and pick the perfect peaches. Organically grown fruits and vegetables, sustainable meats and eggs, A2 dairy products, artisan breads, and fresh local seafood. The historic Lewis Farmers Market is in the George H.P. Smith Park at DuPont and Johnson Avenues in Lewis every Saturday from 8 to noon.
Time is now 5:47 on your Friday. We're going to take a live look now at Salisbury. Now that is the University, Bob. I looked up the football schedule. No home games there this weekend, but surrounding area, the high schools have Friday night lights tonight. Good weather for that. I'm going to a tailgate tomorrow. Good weather for that. So football-wise, this is a good thing.
Yeah, drought conditions also equate to great, checking out the leaves weather and the football weather and all the other activities we've been talking about as well. Friday night lights, we are looking at conditions that will start to cool off behind a cold front, but still pretty pleasant at kickoff, 70 degrees, and then 66 at halftime, breezy and cooler. Friday night lights forecast sponsored by DSN Plus, and looking good out there. Bring a blanket as it will get cooler later in the evening. The severe drought continues to expand. This is the latest drought monitor, really encompassing much of Sussex County right now, and the moderate area of drought continues to shrink as our days of dry weather continues. 35 days now. The last measurable rain was 2 months ago, September 27th. So you put it in that kind of perspective, it's been a long time. And the old record fell yesterday of 34 days back in 2001. So we're in sole possession of first place, so to speak, and we will continue to tack on to these days as the dry weather will continue. A slight chance of rain a little bit later today, but we've got mild temperatures out the door right now into the mid to upper 60s, and breezy southwest winds, sometimes sustained up to 15 miles per hour and gusting over 20 miles per hour. So with the dry leaves, the gusty winds, Well, we've got a fire danger continuing, obviously. So we're looking at clouds increasing across Delmarva right now. And we actually have a few showers. This is nice to see. Satellite and radar. Some showers across the mountains of Pennsylvania back through West Virginia. But I think the mountains will hog a lot of this moisture and we'll be left over with some sprinkles as this cold front works its way in later this morning into this afternoon. You can see some of those showers extending down into Georgia and the southeast. Behind the front, it's much cooler and breezier weather that will be building in for the weekend. So futurecast this morning, it's breezy. We've got some clouds out there and temperatures quickly rising through the 70s, mid to upper 70s late morning, early afternoon. Then the front comes through. You see a little bit of green on the map indicating some sprinkles or very light showers. Then by 5 o'clock, we start to clear it out. A few clouds may be hanging on into this evening, and then the winds pick up out of the north. It gets chilly Saturday morning into the 40s and 50s, and then Sunday afternoon, lots of sunshine, but still chilly, 50s and lower 60s behind that front. And then we're moving into Sunday morning, and we're looking at temperatures starting out in the 40s. So heading off to church, definitely want to bundle up a bit, and then sunshine, but a cool Sunday on the way with temperatures really only into the low 60s. But the concern today is the gusty winds up to about 30 miles per hour, and we'll see those winds pretty persistent as we go through the upcoming weekend, then turning to the north and bringing in that cooler air as we go into the upcoming weekend. Do want to mention Election Day will be breezy and warmer on that day. Then the next slight chance of rain will come later Thursday and into Friday. Right now, not looking like a significant chance. Paul Davis, 7-day forecast, 78 today. Cooler 60s for the weekend. Clocks go back 1 hour Sunday morning as daylight saving time comes to an end. Chillier mornings, too, in the lower 40s. And then it's a cool Monday and then a warmer Election Day, 77 and partly cloudy skies, close to 80 Wednesday. Then Thursday, good to see the raindrops on the 7-day forecast. Slight chance of rain on that day and 71.
Bob, thank you so much. A Greenwood man is facing charges after Milford police say he was arrested on drug-related charges. Police say he was found in a Milford park with drugs, and officers say they discovered nearly 14 grams of crack cocaine and drug paraphernalia inside a parked car. 19-year-old Ben Carter is now in custody.
If you plan on staying with us for the Today Show this morning, we do want to warn you there will be a graphic campaign ad related to abortion. It will air. Under law, TV stations are required to air ads for federally qualified candidates without censorship, so please be aware of this.
Coming up next on CoastTV News today, having some Halloween fun can be dampened by allergic reactions. What one doctor recommends to stay safe after that spooky night.
I've been thinking about renovating my garage floor, and suddenly I'm seeing signs everywhere. The universe keeps hinting, even at my local gas company. Pinnacle Concrete is everywhere. And again, multiple signs at the print store. The signs are too strong to ignore. It's time to call. With so many options, my dream is taking shape. And now, I'm not just seeing signs, I'm living proof. Pinnacle Concrete Coatings, because quality matters.
Are you ready for some puppies? You will score the perfect puppy and so much more at Puppies R Us in Bridgeville. Vet checked, vaccinated, microchipped, and ready to intercept your heart. Plus everything you need to help keep your new puppy healthy and happy. Get touchdown savings right now with $200 off a puppy purchase, a free bag of Canada dog food, and 20% off all accessories for a whole month. Family-owned Puppies R Us, Route 13 in Bridgeville, Delaware. Financing available.
Welcome to the brand new Bath by Spicer Brothers showroom. Experience the future of bathroom remodeling. Bath by Spicer Brothers is Delmarva's exclusive BCI Elite dealer, offering more selections, styles, and colors, including options like the laser etch tile pattern system. Made in the USA, built for beauty and performance, our baths are durable, mold resistant, and guaranteed for life.
With no money down, no interest, and no payments until 2026, you have no reason to wait.
Call Bath by Spicer Brothers today because you deserve the best.
About 83% of homes have rodent activity. One of the most common signs is mouse droppings. Mice can leave up to 100 droppings every day. Don't mistake these droppings for chocolate sprinkles. What you don't see is more concerning. Mice also leave behind urine. A thorough inspection from a specialist is required to develop a treatment plan specific to your home.
Active Pest Solutions, your local pest expert.
For more information, go to activepestsolutions.com. That's active without the E.
Don't let other water heating services pressure you into making unnecessary fixes. Let the experts at Paradise Plumbing guide you.
We are locally owned and operated with over 20 years of experience to help you identify the solution that will best fit your needs. Get your hot water flowing fast with a quick recovery heater from Rheem, in stock and ready to install for under $2,000. Pay nothing for 30 days or take advantage of our Pay Today discount. Call Paradise Plumbing today or visit us online at paradiseplumbingde.com.
All the ghosts and goblins are back where they belong after a night out on Thursday, but trick-or-treating, it can be difficult for people who have allergies.
I'd imagine so. Some children can have reactions to candy, even their costumes. Mandy Gaither shows us how to safely have fun when dealing with allergies this Halloween.
It's time for carved pumpkins, costumes, and of course, candy. But if your child has allergies, Halloween can be scary for other reasons.
It's very, very important to plan ahead.
Dr. Jessica Huey with National Jewish Health says to avoid a reaction in trick-or-treaters who have food allergies, parents should consider packing an allergy-friendly treat just in case the child can't eat the ones they receive. And read the labels, but beware, some smaller candy packaging may not have ingredients printed, and consider a non-candy alternative.
Many parents are calling it the switch witch or the good witch, who comes and leaves a gift in exchange for the child's candy. So it's this nice trade system that can happen after trick-or-treating.
Huey says some children can have an allergic reaction to their costume, whether it's latex in a mask, irritating fabrics, or something else they wear.
Makeup can be very irritating, and especially if it's on several surfaces of the body, you might want to just test it a little bit to see how you tolerate it before you go on to use it and apply it.
Finally, Huey says asthma sufferers should beware of triggers, especially in haunted houses and corn mazes.
We think about fog machines with those smoke irritants, even weeds and outdoor molds. All of those can be triggers. And so, if your child needs to pre-treat with their inhaler prior to going, that's a great time to do that.
For Health Minute, I'm Mandy Gaither.
It's now 5:56, and we got to check in with our coastal pet of the day.
And today's coastal pet of the day is coming to us from the Brandywine Valley SPCA. There is Rosemary. This cute cat is a sweet, sweet girl who loves to play and be the center of attention. If you want to adopt Rosemary, hope my wife isn't watching at home, or any other lovable pets, you can visit the Brandywine Valley SPCA.
Yeah, snatch her up before Matt's wife does. We want to see all your pets on Delmarva. Keep sending us photos and tell us what makes your pets special.
Scan that QR code at the top, get your furry friend to us, and then watch weekdays from 5 to 7 a.m. to see all the pets we feature.
All right, 5:56. It's time for a look at your forecast now before you head out your door.
Record, Bob, that we would prefer not to break.
Yeah, we did break it now with 35 straight days of dry weather, and it looks like that's going to stand for some time to come as the dry weather will continue for several days. Now, there is a slight chance of showers later today with a cold front, but we've got 60s out the door, very breezy conditions, lots of clouds, and maybe that sprinkle chance late morning into early afternoon. That's really the best chance. Otherwise, temperatures into the upper 70s with breezy conditions. Paul Davis 10-day forecast. I'm going 78 today. Then a big cool down into the weekend, only 65 on Saturday, and then lows dipping into the 40s over the weekend. Clocks go back 1 hour. Sunday morning, remember that. You get an extra hour of sleep. I don't think anybody's going to forget that. 63 on Sunday, still cool Monday. Election day, looking good to head out to the polls. 77, warm Wednesday, and then another rain chance possibly on Thursday. Great to see that. And then a cool down. Otherwise, once again, a mainly dry 10-day period.
All right, Bob, thank you. Coming up in our 6 o'clock hour, Delmarva drought continues. What the past 35 days have been like for agriculture businesses and how the lack of rain could affect the growth of flowers even next year. We have that and more when CoastTV News Today returns.